This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Live from Peach Time Out in the heart of Times Square. You're listening to Beach Talk Radio with Kim and Ed Ryan.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome to Beach Talk Radio, episode number 157, coming to you live from Peach Time Out on Fort Myers Beach, where there could be an undercover code enforcement officer in disguise lurking around any corner just waiting to do their job. And according to one of the town's own committee members, thanks to my wife, the town council bows to special interests. And we'll be telling you more about that later, right, dear? I'd let the cat out of the bag too early?
Yeah, I didn't think we were talking about that, Cat.
We have an action-packed show, dear, so it might be that we might not be able to get to it because we have guests coming out the ears today, starting early the show. Don't forget, we're on, hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? Facebook or YouTube. You can listen if you want to. Facebook,
or they're sitting right there.
Or they can hear us because you're so loud.
Right
you're so loud during our show. Also, we're on Twitter and the Instagram, and our news website is beachtalkradionews.com, where you can sign up for our free twice a week newsletter. And if you were part of reading the newsletter this past week, you knew that the Community Foundation has a live auction going on until 2 o'clock today. And that's the reason the best dentist on the island is with us today, Nancy Bouchard from the Community Foundation, to tell us how things are going with the auction and
live virtual
auction.
Yes,
how is the auction?
It's going amazingly well.
No, how is it usually held?
We don't usually have one.
Aha. Okay. So this is a first auction.
This is a, what do you do during COVID? Hey, let's do this. So that's what we did.
I thought you told me it was during the fashion show.
I thought
that's what we initially were going to connect it to.
Mm-hmm.
But the fashion show ended up with so many baskets that it was like, that's too many things in the 2 hours we're going to be doing a fashion show. So like we split it apart. So that's where that happened.
And it started 11 days ago or 10 days ago?
10 days ago. Yep. And it's been going slowly but steadily moving up. It's over $9,000. I'm just stunned.
$9,312 as of last evening.
Well,
Very
as
nice.
of right now, $9,381.
Very nice,
That's
people.
a weird number.
Keep the bidding going. I feel like Jerry Lewis, and the phones are 100% phones right now.
So it's still going. You can still bid. There's a lot of good things.
There's amazing things.
If anybody's out there, hold on a second.
Guitar.
Before we start to talk about all the products, if anyone's out there that knows what the website address is, please type it in the chat box so anybody listening
32 auction
can go on there now.
Yeah, but if it's on the chat, they can read it.
Type it
it's
in there.
32 auctions. Actually, I probably can read it
32 auction. Does that mean
.com FMB Community Foundation?
Sweet. And if anybody looks that up and can paste that on there, that's great. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, dear.
No,
I definitely didn't mean to interrupt you. Ever. I never mean to interrupt you.
We were just talking about all the amazing, there's hotel stays. There's a lot of art.
There's a boat cruise. There is a lot of art. There's exclusive shopping at Anita's stores.
Mm-hmm. That's a big one. Yeah,
that is a big one. And well, it's a big thing. It's huge. That was really nice of her.
And a guitar.
There's the guitar is from the lead singer of Toto.
Yes.
Signed and
Toto.
everything. Toto, yes.
Name the number one song from Toto, dear, from the 70s.
I don't remember.
Come on,
I'm really
Toto.
bad at that.
Go ahead, Nancy. Sing a
Begins
few
with an R.
tunes. It does?
Rosanna.
Yes. Oh, you gave it away, Nancy.
Sing it. Well, the first word is Rosanna, and I don't sing.
I thought it was Toe the Line. Is that Toto? No, don't. No singing, dear. No singing, no singing. All right.
Rosanna.
Very nice. Go ahead, ladies. Take it away.
That's the only word
And
I
what-
know.
Guitar, and we can do it.
Why are the numbers on the auction going down now?
No.
So it ends today.
It ends today at 2 o'clock. Everything was at my office, so it's pretty packed. So I will be at the office until 5:30, and then anybody can pick up their items next week down at the Atom.
And your office is
7130 Estero Boulevard, right across from Santini Plaza, next to the 7-Eleven.
And while you're there, you can always make an appointment.
Yes.
So
Right?
you need to
You sure
tell.
can.
You need to tell that story about the what you were telling me
Oh,
before
I had
we
a
went.
patient come in, and so I always ask this: how'd you find us, and where are you from? Those are my big questions. And someone said, "I found you. I saw you on Beach Talk Radio," and I went,
Nice.
"What?" And then I said, "Did you see show 133?" And she said, "No," and I said, "That's the one to watch."
Was that the one you were on, or is that something
That
that?
was our first one when you
Okay.
said, "How often should I change my toothbrush?"
Oh, yeah.
And I have the soft brush still that I'm using from you that you brought with.
You're
I mean-
supposed to change them out.
Yeah, I'll give him another
No,
one.
she gave me
next
two.
week.
She
Oh,
gave me
okay.
two. Yeah, I have two. And by the way,
So-
your mom, when she was here, she left yesterday, but she took the toothbrush that you used to clean the tub and
Oh,
she put
she
it
did
in
not.
my stuff. Well, was
No,
she trying to
she
poison
did
me or
not.
something? What do
If
you?
she did that,
It
it was an
doesn't. That did the
accident.
Ajax doesn't taste good on your tooth, but they're
Well, that's
sparkly
good
white.
whitening,
They're
yes.
sparkly white
And
right
that's
now.
one of the auction
It
items,
sure is.
right?
One of them was whitening. I was going to say, Ed, I think you need to be bidding on that
There
one.
you go.
Oh, you're
Teeth
right.
whitening.
Thank you, Greg, for putting that up there. If anyone wants to go on the site now,
Thanks, Greg.
they can click on there or copy and paste. I don't know if it's live, but you copy and paste it and look at some of the items. While you guys are chatting, I think I'll try and share the screen even. There's
Okay.
I'm going to put the website up there for anybody. Go ahead,
So go
dear.
ahead and share a little bit. Remind people what the Community
Well,
Foundation is and does and where
Well, the easy answer is we raise money to give it away. The longer answer is we have a group of women. There's 85 of us now.
wow.
And so we, not to toot our horn, but why not?
Well, hey, that's why you're here, right?
That's why we're here. We won the service award from the chamber.
Nice.
And that was quite an honor. That was quite an honor during COVID. And I started thinking, like, are we one of those groups that only 10 people out of everybody? So I went through over, like, 60% of people
are active.
during pandemic have done something. And I'm like, that just got me. What
Yeah.
a group of women. So our mission is to support the Fort Myers Beach Community Foundation. We've given we've given $180,000, but that's going to go over $200,000 this year.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
been an amazing journey.
And it's scholarships and
Scholarships, yeah, to FSW. There's scholarships to wherever they want to go, and that's going really well. By the way, the endowment that's going really, really well. We give to local charities. My brain's stopping at this moment.
food banks, that kind of thing.
The food banks.
And you did the hashtag We Are FMB, the
Yes.
gift cards.
Yep, the gift card, the food cards to the people that are just
And is that still going on now?
not this month,
Okay.
but we're still raising monies because what we want to do is every August and September, because that's slow for all the people that work here.
right.
But
right,
then
right.
if I better not say it, if any other natural disaster decides to pop
I
in,
know.
we'll be ready.
And could happen.
It's happened
mean,
every year I've been here. So
yeah, hurricanes,
And so
I mean,
everybody that's
draw.
watching, you can see the website. Got it up on our
Oh, thank
StreamYard
you.
page now, and you can see some of the products that we were talking about earlier. The Diamond Head Getaway. Now the $500. Okay, that's the bid right now. $500. The value is $650. Come on, folks, you can do a little bit better than that for $650. What we're trying to do is outbid what it's worth.
it would be nice.
That'd be nice. $1,000. Okay, so that's the shopping spree at
Two
Local
of them,
Color, which
yeah.
is Anita's store here in Times Square, and the Islanders in Santini Plaza. There's a $1,000 shopping spree there, and there's the
the-
guitar from the Mr. Toto
yeah.
and
Mr. Toto.
Bobby Kimball
Yes.
from Toto. It's priceless. You can't put a value on a
do
Bobby
you?
Kimball guitar. He
Thanks.
played Roseanne on that
He
guitar probably
did.
thousands and thousands of times.
And if you go on our Facebook, someone found the video from the 80s, whatever.
Oh,
him
no
singing
kidding.
it. It's
Wow.
awesome.
Very nice.
And there's the cruise.
You got a cruise
Yeah.
for who gave away the cruise? Can we
the
mention?
Swanbecks.
Okay, and that's
Realtor,
$400 value.
No, that's the bid now. It's
that's the bid.
That's
It's
the bid.
priceless.
It's priceless.
Yeah,
Everything here is
It's a-
priceless.
3-hour tour.
Yeah, the idea.
Now that painting in the middle,
Yeah,
that is by Joanne Champ, a local.
very
oops, a
nice. Former
local-
council member.
There
Yep.
you go. Anyways, those buildings are the buildings that will be taken down when Margaritaville goes up. That's what that is. And That amazes me.
Wow, she's made them look a lot nicer than some of them look now. But I didn't know she was such an accomplished painter.
She's
That's
amazing.
very cool.
I didn't either until that walked in. I was like, wow. So
well, and that's doing well.
that's not,
I mean, it's
you know,
doing well.
that's it.
This one here is by who? This painting?
That's the painting in my office. That the artist that she said she'll come and do a commission painting. So if you have a wall, you don't know what to put on it, she'll come and help you design your own thing.
And that's pretty big. I mean, that
one's very. That's why I left the chairs in there. That's
right.
Yeah, that's very big. It's my whole wall.
And that's $1,000 right now. Very
yeah,
nice.
that's
so
the minimum bid.
Is that everything right there on the front page?
Oh no, if you
did I
go
miss?
down,
okay,
there's a lot more. There's 54 items.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, keep going.
All right,
keep
well,
going.
we won't go through them all, but what's that right there? Oh,
Those are the
very
sponsors. There
here's the view all the items. thing.
Yes.
And then
there's some jewelry in there.
There is. There's a lot of art.
Did you
Very
bid
cool.
on the vacation?
There's a mahi
There we go. There we go.
Sculpture. That's just phenomenal.
We got
Oh, look at the
sunglasses.
glass.
Yep. Everblades tickets.
Yep.
There's a fish there. Oh, that fish looks familiar. Let's see. Key West. Is that a trip to Key West on? Okay, very nice.
Was
Look
that
at
on the Key West Express?
Yeah, there's tickets, but some of these are combined to make like a whole weekend.
Right.
Very nice.
You know,
You
there's
got-
like a restaurant with the hotel stay. and-
Well, I went on the Key West Express
Yeah.
just this week, and it
see
was
the mahi on the lower
Oh,
right.
yeah.
It is a beautiful. It's beautiful.
yeah.
It's.
Very nice.
I'm really impressed.
I see Dan Allers donated his bike, and you'll be auctioning that off. Scott is. I thought for sure he would take his basket off before he donated his bike, but
So how was Key West Express?
It was good. I mean, it was, the weather was nice. You get over there, you don't have to worry about parking. They have food and beverage on board. They're playing it was funny because they play older movies. So there was like a Kurt Russell movie. There was like from the 80s, 90s, and but the good ones, the funny ones. So we met some different people on the boat. We met some people from Michigan who were on their way back, and so everybody had a
Michigan.
good time.
I'm shocked. Michigan. Anyone from Ohio?
Yeah. No,
Wow.
well, not that I met. Not that we met. I mean, a lot of people take that opportunity to take a little bit of a snooze because
Yeah, I do too. I would
it
too,
is you sort of get into the rhythm of the boat and go over. But the staff was really nice. They have it run really well. They're taking your temperature before you get on. They're strict about the mask on the boat.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's great.
So let's try and get this over 10,000 while we're sitting here, and then
because it's all. I mean, the organ is another neat thing. I mean, we're all volunteers.
Yeah.
So that 10,000 will go to people.
That's what's cool about it. There's no administrative fee or salaries or anything.
We have a website. It's what we pay for.
And so I think it was Rexanne, the vice mayor, said the community foundation has money to give away, so they want to give it away. And can you? You might have said it earlier, but can you again explain how people can apply for money or what people need to do so that you can give it away?
If someone has a need, so for the workers, what we do is we go to their bosses. So if a boss on the island or nearby has someone that's really struggling, they just contact us. They just go to the website. Our email is, I hope I remember this right, fmbcommunityfoundation@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Okay. But then anyone can do that. If you're in an organization that needs help, we do that.
Great.
So,
and you guys are also going to be at the library is having a massive a garage book sale because they weren't able to have them last year. So they've been, I guess, stocking up on all these books that they usually sell. And I forget the date, but it is on our website, and they're going to give you a bag, and it costs $10 for the bag, and you can fill in as many books as you want, which is pretty cool. I know you don't read, dear, but for those that do read, you can fill up as many.
I liked audiobooks.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't do well with the visual part.
you're going to be there selling shirts.
we will. This is one of them. So the We Are FMB hashtag came about last year when everything shut down.
Right.
And we sold shirts. We sold over $60,000 worth of shirts, and once again gave most of that away, except for the money to buy more shirts.
And finally, if people want to have their teeth fixed or their, their,
I don't know where they could go.
yeah,
I have no idea.
how do they find you and get in
the
touch
office
with you?
is called Smiles with Care Dentistry. I'm Nancy Bouchard, and we're online.
Very
All
nice.
general dentistry.
Yep.
Do you do
Cool.
implants?
I do the top parts. I don't place the surgical part.
Got it.
Lots of emergencies, and that's the point. We see emergencies.
Broken
If you're
crowns,
anything,
broken tooth.
if you have a problem, we get you in.
And she doesn't do gold teeth, Steve Duello.
Yes, I
Oh,
do.
she does. I forgot. I thought
I've
last
done
time
a
I asked.
few.
Yes, on this
I don't
beach.
necessarily do them in the front,
Really?
but I have done gold in this past 6 months. I have done a few. Yeah.
Did somebody ever ask you to do one in the front on this beach?
No.
Okay, I was going to say this isn't that kind
No.
of crap.
Front ones, I
No.
have not done gold ones.
The old metal.
This
the
the
old-
amalgam, silver amalgams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should those come
No.
out? Okay.
Nope. Unless they need to.
Okay.
All right. So Nancy Bouchard, part of the Community Foundation. Anything you need, just let us know. We always
Yes.
appreciate you coming on and
And
coming
we
all the way
appreciate
down
Brush
your
here.
your
efforts.
teeth,
We
floss.
appreciate everything you've done and the mugs.
Thank
I have
you.
my own mug down there.
Yes.
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 I know I'm official.
I have one of your toothbrushes, so if anyone ever uses my
Needs a toothbrush?
bathroom, they'll see that I have your toothbrush. And
Oh my God, that's funny.
thank you. I'm taking a bell for that one there.
Yay, there you go.
All right, Nancy Bouchard,
Thank
everybody.
you so much.
And our
Great to
artificial
see you.
crowd goes wild. And before we have our second guests, Steve Johnson and Jennfer Rusk, who are all the way down at the bar having a Bloody Mary, I do want to get back to reminding. They're right there. I did want to remind everybody about our fabulous sponsors. We couldn't do this show. We probably would do the show because she just loves doing the show anyway, and we would probably be down here if we didn't have these great sponsors. But we're so happy we do because, then I can afford the Mercedes that she has in the garage that she loves so much. Or maybe it's a Nissan from 1999. So what?
What you can't afford is
Oh, wait a second. Do not let the cat out of the bag on that story. That story stay until the end. That you're going to have to stay to the end to hear that story, folks. But our great sponsors, as always, are Island Oils, Fort Myers Tiki Tours, Nervous Nellies. Yeah, the Nervous Nellies with the dweebs. Yeah, and the $500 fine. And the Mangaritas and the State Insurance USA, Sun Palace Vacations, La Ola Restaurant, Tuckaway Cafe, Blue Ribbon Event, Sanibel Carts, Beach Pottery, and our home base sponsor for decades and decades, Pete's Timeout, located right here in the heart of Fort Myers, where at any moment the code enforcement officers could be lurking around the corner in disguise, just waiting to meet you. And now, our next
when are you
guest,
going to get tired of that?
never. Steve Johnson, who's off camera, but we're going to get him on camera, and Jennfer Rusk. No, you're fine, Jennfer. I can just adjust that because, we can do things on the fly here. Despite the fact that, sometimes she's not up to speed on things.
Oh,
We can do
please.
things on the fly.
Please,
Jennfer,
please,
how are you?
please.
Oh, you shut her microphone off, dear. How dare you shut it off? We just have to turn. Is yours good, Steve?
I think mine's
and
good.
Steve Johnson is here too, and you are both from the Marine Resources
Task Force
Committee.
Advisory Board. That's
Awesome.
right.
Yeah, and if you don't mind.
Go right ahead. You want to read your sponsors too?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
absolutely. Well, I would like to say if you are not familiar with the Marine Resource Task Force, I'd like to introduce us. We are an advisory committee of the town of Fort Myers Beach. We promote stewardship of our island's marine resource, including wildlife, plant life, air, and water quality.
Very nice. And you were at the town council meeting last week, and you were very brightly dressed. You had what did you have on there? You had a T-shirt that was like you lit up the room there with that bright orange shirt. Was it anything like turtley?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
What was it?
It was significant.
We are with Turtle Time Inc. We're volunteers of Turtle Time Inc.
Turtle
And
power on this beach. Turtle power.
Heck yeah. Word up.
They
Drop
should
the mic.
that should really be some kind of mascot on this beach, the turtle, because they are nothing. I'm not saying in a negative way. There's a lot of people that are here to imagine if they didn't have people like y'all and Turtle Time protecting the turtle population. It'd be terrible.
Amen.
There'd be lights pointed out toward the water and turtles flying around everywhere. So
That's right.
right there would be. Now, Steve, I know we want to focus on the pop-up box.
Right.
Pop-up. Is there
Pop-up
anything that
education.
no,
wait,
Let's
Jennifer.
just get this straight.
Jennifer, hold on. Before you correct me, we did a little story on our website that I think you read that you might want to correct something.
All right. Yeah, maybe
okay.
a little later. If that's
Okay, sure.
Let's do
Yeah,
that, 'cause
okay.
The focus is this new outreach program.
Awesome. All right, back to Jennfer.
Architect, exactly. Administrator and rollout specialist, Jennfer. Rusk can tell you a little bit about it.
So this,
Thank you.
and this is something new. This has not been done before.
Is actually the first time that we are making the official Fort Myers Beach Murph announcement.
Oh,
so you should
wow.
be so lucky.
Ring the bell. Ring the
Ring
bell.
the bell. Yeah, drum roll, please. Let's do that again. We will be launching an Ask Me pop-up environmental adventure booth. We will be popping up all over the island throughout the year.
And where are the places that you're going to be popping up? Because I'm looking for my notes. And I
Yeah.
have to do it from memory. You don't want me to do that.
So we'll be promoting the educational outreach, and that will connect visitors, locals, snowbirds, and individual volunteers and organizations on environmental subjects. We will be popping up in such places as Newton Park, Santini Plaza, Bay Oaks, Mound House, Fort Myers Beach Library, Diamond Head, Lynn Hole Park, Times Square area, Bowditch Park, and many other locations and businesses.
And so what people are going to see is a table. Are you going to have a pup tent? You're going to have flags. You're going to have music, balloons. What are you going to have?
So,
Clowns, everything.
yeah,
Clowns.
it's going to be a
People won't be able to
plethora
miss it.
You will not miss us. And honestly, I really want to be in as many places as we can to help the visitors, the community, and organizations around the area to help connect. And for example, if you're walking on the beach and you've ever had a question, you've seen something and go, I wonder what that is.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to walk up to our booth and ask someone, a resource person.
Like what?
And so-
like everything that from
Like, what's this crazy
So this is
shell?
all
Okay. You
gotta tell 'em it's
environmental.
somebody in that booth's going to know what the crazy shell is.
Right.
Well, and
it's a
there's
hairy
gonna-
cockle. That's what it is.
That's
That's
a what?
A
It's a-
hairy cockle. That's
Okay.
the shell. That's the most common.
I
kitten
have
paw.
one of those
Or-
at home.
Or you might have a question. You might see, for example, migration of birds.
Right.
And I wonder what is the most popular bird to nest on Fort Myers Beach? I mean, many
What is it?
people. Well, I don't know, but maybe you can come by and ask.
Oh, you don't know?
job,
Steve
Steve.
knows. The
resource
Audubon
person.
Society will be there
Okay.
and probably
Right.
tell
Exactly.
you, exactly
So-
what that is.
Yeah. So list off some of the folks that'll be represented there. But before you do that, are they all going to be is it going to be different folks, different groups at different events, right?
Correct. And maybe even on one given day, we might have 2 or 3 different organizations. And I would hope that maybe we can even connect with you to announce a different organizations that
Anytime.
would be,
All right.
a part
Absolutely.
of it.
That's
Is it going to be every Saturday or every day or during season or?
Yeah, I really would like to see it throughout the whole year.
Uh-huh.
And what does a pop-up mean? It means we could be popping up at any time, anywhere.
Mhm.
And we'll announce it and give you all the information you might need.
Like
So-
a flash dance. It just breaks
Yes.
out somewhere.
Exactly.
Oh, that was a good one, right?
Flash mob,
so
Kim.
cool.
We call them flash mobs.
We'll be a
Flash dance.
We're a
Oh,
flash.
Flash
Flash
So we'll
dance
be
is
a flash
it's like a
mob,
movie.
environmental educational
Yeah,
pop-up.
there
That's
you
what
go.
we will
She's
be.
stuck in the
There you go.
70s with Toto.
Yeah,
Flash
that was
dance.
Just to give you, among
Who is
the
it?
organizations and volunteers that will be participating in the pop-ups are Turtle Time Inc. Come and ask how you can save the turtles.
Is something that they need to be saved or are they okay? I
Well,
think
they
they're
need to
okay.
be- they need to be protected.
Oh, all right,
Ongoing
okay.
protection.
I got you.
Yeah.
I understand now. Save different way. Than,
Well,
Mhm.
they are endangered, and
they are?
Yes.
The sea
absolutely.
turtles are endangered.
Yeah, the sea
Yeah.
turtles are endangered species.
Is that okay? Is that because
There's not enough of them.
it seems like there's a lot. They just don't make it back, right? There's a lot that are hatched.
Oh,
They
there
had a
are. Yeah.
record season last year. So I mean,
That doesn't mean
but they
that
all didn't make it
season
in.
Does not. Well,
Yeah.
no kidding. You may not make it through today.
I cannot wait to see you at one of our pop-ups to get
Why are
all
you threatening
your
me like that,
acquiring information.
I think that's a legitimate question.
really-
Why don't they make it back?
Yeah, well,
Steve?
you know what?
Well, there's any number of reasons. 1 out of 1,000 makes it to adulthood to reproduce.
No
And
way.
In
Yes.
between, some walk, some can't make it back to the water after they're hatched. Some get eaten as soon as they get in. Some get run over by boats. Some die of red tide poisoning. There's all kinds of lurking dangers out there.
What can be done to increase that number? Let's say all 1,000 start heading for the water, and none of them get disoriented, and none of them get eaten by a dog running by or whatever. How can we increase that to 5?
That's tough, Ed. I don't know if I have the answer, to
Oh.
be honest with you.
Well,
Unless we start a pact
haven't-
with the sharks and all the fish to not eat them.
I know,
And things
it's
like
I
that.
just
know.
doesn't
Also,
seem fair.
education. Education
I mean, you
is a
can
huge
fix the
thing.
human interaction
Right.
problems. You
Right,
can't really
exactly.
fix the natural selection problem out
Steve,
Correct.
let me ask you a serious question, Steve, because I know she's joking
is
around
not
with her
being
goofy
serious.
questions. How can we survive on the beach with lighting and turtles on Estero Boulevard? What's the answer to that?
I'd say the answer is to be a good steward and follow the ordinances that are put in place.
No, I don't
because
mean
those
that.
are there to protect.
No,
the
I mean,
humans,
I
actually.
definitely-
Nobody wants to hurt a
No, I
turtle.
agree with that 100%. I mean, the street lights that aren't up yet. How does
The
that? What's
street
the answer
lighting.
to that?
It'd be amber long wavelength.
Okay, you just settled that in 30 seconds.
It's unquestionable.
You weren't a $150,000 consultant that they need to do a study on. So you
180.
180.
maximum. Yeah.
So you were well on top.
There has
of
to be a
these things.
photometric study. That's a problem.
Okay.
There has to be an engineering study of exactly
Ah.
where.
Another
that's,
one?
Like-
correct.
I mean, okay.
yes.
And so
correct.
where the lights are facing, which way they're going, to make sure is what you're saying. To make
Correct,
sure
yeah.
they don't
That's a
accidentally.
science. How much
Gotcha.
light is put on the surface of the road in a certain spot?
Without damaging not only the turtles but human eye. Right.
Right. Right.
What's an amber light look like? I mean, is it the yellow color? Is that what that
it's
is?
a
Amber.
reddish. It's a reddish amber. Yeah. Good question.
Amber
Good answer.
color.
Correct.
Amber.
Correct.
So
yeah.
let's
But let's
so
just.
let's get back
Sorry.
to
I
the
digressed a little
pop-up.
bit.
That's right.
And
That's trying to
Well,
hijack us here.
yeah, but you know what? At the
Is it
same
a blow
time,
up? Is it a blow up pop up thing, or you have to construct it
It's
each
got the-
time?
it's got the
He needs to
anti-blow-up
come on
guy,
more, man. He's
Telling
funny.
you.
So let's get back to the pop-up.
All right.
Because this is exciting news for the island, and I'm excited to get this going. So let me continue on with the participation of organizations and volunteers. Southwest Florida Audubon Society will be participating, Mound House volunteers. Let's see. Oh, Master Gardener volunteers, Florida, and Florida Master Naturalist, a friend of yours.
Yep.
Ranger Rob will be participating.
Oh, yes.
And he's a wealth of information. He'll be discussing manatee protection and water quality. So super excited that he's going to be involved. And I would like to build a dream team of resource volunteers and see a huge community involvement.
So when is the first one planned for?
Well, we're kicking it off at Lovers Key at
question.
the Mermaid Festival. Woo,
When is that?
April 2nd through
That's
the 4th.
right. Blue Ribbon Events.
That's
Yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Lovers Key.
Super excited about that.
Awesome.
And it'll be in the paper with the lineup of the different resources,
Okay.
volunteers. And yeah,
So we don't
super
know
excited.
yet who's going to be manning or womaning.
We do, and
I
Jennfer
actually
has
do.
a plan.
I
Yeah.
do. Let's see if I can think of it off
Jennfer,
my head. Okay, so between 10 and 1, the 2nd through the 4th, Turtle Time Inc. Volunteers will be there with swag to give away and lots of fun family resource information. Let's see. I believe of course,
Ranger
Mound
Rob.
House Ranger Rob will be there on Friday the 2nd and Sunday the 4th between 3 and 5. And Master Gardeners volunteers will be there.
do you have a picture of what the booth will look like? Is that ready yet?
I will be getting the booth
Okay.
from the town and wiping off the cobwebs and cleaning it up and
Oh, it's
getting
something
it.
the
That's
town
right.
already has built
They
for you.
do, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
we're
Sure
actually
are.
just continuing. This was an initiative that the town had started a few years back, and I'm just going to elevate it and continue the mission
Very nice.
for Fort Myers.
She's going to
Beach.
execute. She's just
I'm
an
gonna
executor.
execute.
Are you? I'm going to ask you a serious question now. Are you always this happy and bubbly? It just is that like you're. How do you get like that? Because she needs to practice some of that. But
Rainbow
seriously.
Jennfer. That's
So
her.
people call me Rainbow.
Is that
Jennfer.
right?
Yeah, the locals like to call me Rainbow Jennfer. I'm, just happy to be here and happy to be with you.
Like here on this
and-
planet or here? Oh, that was totally made up right
Yeah.
there.
Everything.
Yeah.
She's
Do you
the
live here on
bubbly
the? Do you live here on the island?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Nice big house on.
No,
No.
just a
mean,
modest. My house is it's a cottage from the 1950s. but,
Modesty is
yeah.
the best policy. Yeah, you
That's
know that.
right.
Everything on
Yeah.
this house is
Why do
big,
you
right?
ask-
On this beach.
Ask that. By the way.
I don't know. I just like asking personal
because
questions.
I have a big personality. I'm in a
No.
big house.
No.
You can have a big
That's a good
personality
question. I
and
don't
be
know
in
why I
a
asked
little
that.
house.
What? Yeah, true.
I think
don't think you're first.
everybody who lives here lives in a big house.
Well,
Yeah.
true. Yeah. I mean.
Well,
Yeah.
we're trending that way, aren't we? But
Aha. Good.
but
Good
little-
jab there. Good jab.
but little houses are still.
Yeah. I'm just thinking.
There's
You're.
no tiny houses on
No,
the
but with a big
beach.
personality like that, a house is sort of a cage. And he's
Yeah,
just
I was thinking the same
concerned
thing,
that you're
Steve.
gonna
How do
be
you
too
fit a big
small for that-
personality in
that
a
big
small house like
personality.
that?
I
Just
don't-
seems like it'd be bursting
Open
out the windows.
and share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be bubbling right out
That's right.
the chimney. Do you have a chimney? Because it was
No.
cold last night. You needed a
know.
fireplace last
Yeah.
night.
No.
You know, it cracks me up because the Florida people, she was doing it last night too. It's so cold. It's so cold. It's 60 degrees. It's cold. The people
Okay,
that are
can
up
I
in
make a
states
point?
that are 20 degrees.
Can I make a point right now? Everybody at home, look at what's being worn.
I know. I have to take this
He's
off.
got a
Yeah.
sweatshirt on.
I didn't
I'm in
wear the
short
sweatshirt
sleeves,
because I'm
so
cold.
If
I
anyone's
like
a
to
Sissy
show off.
Mary, it's you.
I like to show
I
off
told my
the
wife he'd be
different
wearing his
colors.
hoodie.
You know what's hysterical is before I moved here, my husband and I looked up pictures, and I saw a picture of people walking down Estero Boulevard. On one side of the street, people were in jackets, and on the other, they were wearing bathing suits.
Oh,
And
come on. That was
that
photoshopped or
tells you
something.
exactly.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It's
guess
like if you live here,
your blood thins out.
That's
a
true.
little
Right.
It's
bit.
true.
Yeah.
You know it's true.
Yeah, people were. I was out in Sanibel on the weekend, and people were, or during the week, people were in the water. So I was like, all right,
She always-
I'll
Sure.
go. I put 1 foot in. I'm like, are you people insane? It's free.
I'm
Get a
telling
wetsuit
you.
on.
You notice how she likes to throw around how she hangs out with the rich people on the
Yeah,
weekend, and you know,
exactly.
it's
I
just
was
why
with
you
my
do-
mother.
Well, yeah,
We
you
were
like to
at
show off your
Crow.
rich
Rubbing
friends
elbows
with your
with all
mom.
the-
You know,
Yeah,
and
that's
flyers
me.
too.
yeah, very nice. Steve knows who you are. He's
Okay,
watching
so back
some shows.
to
All right, back to
the
Jennifer.
pop-up.
Right.
So, resource subjects will include sea turtle conservation as well as information on birds, plants, animals, invasive species, ecology, manatee protection, and water quality. The resource volunteers will have fun educational modules, pamphlets, and swag to give away. So, come see us at the pop-up.
And are you
Now,
going to
wait
have
a
this
minute,
nice pamphlet with you too, so people
I'm
can
going to
see
have so
how
much
professional
fun
you are? You guys have shirts to
information.
sell, and
Handouts,
No,
Can I ask
nothing
a
for
question?
sale.
No,
So
but
this-
if you give us a
this-
commission, we'll do some Beach Talk Radio.
take some mugs
There you
around
go.
town.
All right.
You want
if
to
an
get
organization wants to get a hold of you to participate, how would? Oh, is that a good question?
That is like a brilliant question.
You know, you set her up for that, dear. That I should only
know,
give you
it was
half
a
a
good
bell.
question,
I
no
should have
matter
gave you
what.
half a
Go
bell
ahead.
for that.
How would an organization get in touch with you?
Thank you. So the community is extremely enthusiastic about this, and we hope to grow the list of resource volunteer participation and locations so we can be popping up to fill your inquiring minds. So please reach out to me, and
How do they
we
reach
would
out to you?
love- whether you would like to host us
Hmm?
or be a resource volunteer, you can email me at jrusk.
Why is everybody staring at us over there at the bar? You see them all staring? It must be
let her-
Jennifer's
let her
bubbly.
email
Those are my
you.
Sorry.
groupies over there.
Oh, they are.
Jay Rusk.
Follow me everywhere.
Let's
Reel
stay
it
on-
in. Reel it in.
Reel it in. Thank you.
That's right.
So, if you can, please email me if you're interested in hosting or being a resource volunteer. Please email me at jrusk, RUSK, FMB @gmail.com, or you can call me at area code 757-450-5451. Yes, that is an area code from Virginia Beach. But I have lived here since 2012, and I'm excited to hear from all of you.
And your next
there's a lot of. I can see that. I could imagine that there's a lot of other educational groups on the island in the area that would want to get the message out. I mean,
I've got a
tons.
dream team
Thank you,
in
Sue.
mind.
Oh,
I really do, and
it's like your fantasy football team.
right. I've got a dream team of resources that I would like to work with throughout the year.
Is there anyone you want to
years.
encourage to get in touch with you specifically?
Yeah, I've made contact with a few, and I'm hoping maybe you all will help me.
Yeah.
And I would love to have the clean captains of clean water.
Yep.
Mhm.
That'd be a good one.
Yep. I would like to have a Sago Bay Marine.
Yep. Maybe the
Colusa Waterkeeper.
Exactly,
Yes.
get
Come
Takasani in
on,
there,
girl.
sure.
Let's
That's
get
right.
it poppin'.
Maybe the SCCF, yeah.
SCCF.
It's just
I've
a
been down,
plethora of
I
organizations.
have been in contact with Chris, and I think we're going to really have a really good lineup.
And your next virtual class where you teach bubbly personality will be when?
At your big house.
Oh.
When we get your party
Welcome to
invitations,
our little
we're gonna
shed.
we're gonna move that big personality in a flatbed truck.
Who else is on the committee? I mean, I don't see
it's
how
a
they
gifted, It's a gifted.
Who else you have on your
committee?
committee?
We've got.
Well, you can look it up online.
We've got Doc Fossum.
Okay.
So
Dr.
we've got a
Fossum.
medical doctor there. We've got a PhD as well.
Nice. Okay.
Rose Larkin.
Renee Jeffrey Heil.
Oh, yes,
Renee.
Renee. Very
that's
nice.
another
Yeah.
thing,
As is
Renee.
Rose Larkin.
She's the best.
Master
Yeah.
gardener.
Yeah, that's another dream team would be someone to discuss sunscreen.
Mhm.
Reef Safe sunscreen.
Yeah,
right?
Reef Safe sunscreen. That is really important to me. I'm a diver, so
Oh.
I would love to see that
Mhm.
as part of our pop-up
How-
resource.
How deep have you ever gone in the dive?
Well, I've gone probably about, I don't know, 60, 70.
Is that a lot? Like did you feel it is?
Yeah.
That's considered a
I-
technical
yeah.
dive, I believe.
Yeah.
It is.
40 or
I,
something
I
like that,
believe
or
so.
60.
In,
Of course
in
it is, Steve.
Australia,
Come on.
I've done the Great Barrier Reef.
Wow.
I've
Mhm.
That's in
dove
Australia, right?
in-
That's right.
correct. I've dove
That's
the
pretty good.
That was a guess, by the way. I
That
had
was
no
pretty
idea where
good.
it was.
I was shocked.
How many
Right.
countries are there in the world or continents?
it
And I
changes every
guessed
day, I
that one.
think.
I just picked the first. I picked the first
Ever since
A
they
I
took
came
Pluto
to.
away as a planet. I've
That's
been
right.
crushed.
It's a,
You
it's a
did? They took
mess.
that away when?
Yeah.
Was that on the
It's a
national
star.
news?
10 years or something.
It's a
Yeah,
star.
I
It's
grew up
not
thinking
really a
Pluto's
planet.
planet.
Damn.
Boom, they
Crazy. I didn't know
They had
that.
to
Oh, you
rewrite
ruined my
all
day,
of the books.
Steve.
Oh,
Wait, they're not
Jeez.
doing books anymore.
So I lost my train of thought.
I'm shocked.
We
This
threw
train
you
ran
off with
off
the
the track.
So
continent of
You
Australia.
don't
There's
have
one more member of the Marine Resource Task Force, Mary Rose Spalletta. Also,
Yeah.
I don't want to, slight anybody.
So when you
And,
dive 70 feet, do you get does it feel
60
like
feet,
your
I think is the
bowels are
Depends.
moving on you? And is that too deep, or is that on the way up, or are you
Pressure.
totally
On the way up, you have to be careful on the way up.
You-
so
not
you
to
don't
go
get
too
the
fast?
bends.
yeah. I mean, I could go on and on with the adventures and stories I've had.
We
with
need to have you
diving.
back on for that.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
fun.
New
Get
Zealand
Renee
was
and-
almost a near death experience
why?
in New Zealand.
What happened?
I was.
Went too far?
Well, let's do that for another time.
Okay.
Again, let's just
Nice
uh,
teaser.
We're on the pop-up. We're popping.
pop
Nice
up.
teaser.
We're popping on the pop.
So we don't have a date
popping
yet,
up.
but we're working
Well,
on that.
No.
Sorry,
Again,
she's
we are
scolding me
kicking it off April 2nd through the 4th.
at
in
Lovers
Lovers
Key.
Key.
Okay, that's
Okay,
right.
Right,
So,
right. And
right.
hopefully there will be
then
information on
there's
the
gonna-
town website as well,
Yeah.
right? Where we
Yes.
can actually give you advanced.
Well, I
You
heard
know
you.
that we're redeveloping the Fort Myers Beach website.
You
It's
are
gonna-
personally.
When we say
No,
we mean
as in
Yeah, no,
our
I've seen.
favorite
I've seen
PIO,
a.
Jenny Dexter.
You know,
yeah.
being a influential member of the local media, I've seen a.
Yes,
Actually,
yes.
they didn't share anything
Very
with me. I saw it at a
Influential
council
or
meeting.
infamous?
Right. So, what was the other thing I was going to say? Shoot.
I don't know. Is
Keep
there any other
forgetting.
information you would like to
That
get
wasn't
out
it. No, that wasn't it.
before he goes
I'm-
off the rails
I would
again?
just like to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, stop!
Oh,
Don't
No,
look at me like that.
seriously.
Oh,
Well,
look who's here,
I'm
John
trying to-
Lalo.
I'm trying to be serious and not
Okay.
so bubbly, but I
Oh.
would like to say thank you,
Thank
and
you.
I hope that
Oh.
you will be with us on
I'm
this
always with you.
adventure.
I'm with you
I
in
am
mind and spirit
totally
and the whole
on.
bucket. Now, before I forget
I
again,
think you just swore.
no, I would never swear on this show.
I
It's
swore.
against FCC regulations, Steve.
That's
You should
right.
know that.
That's right.
Bleep, bleep.
Oh, you said you were going to put the information in the paper. If you really want the community to know about it, you should share
We'll
with
probably do
us.
some press releases. Yeah, you can
Share it with us, yeah.
You're a recipient of press releases.
Thank you very much. Now, Steve, before you go,
Yes.
we have 6 minutes before
Okay.
Popeye comes on. Popeye's got a business.
Popeye Dearden.
I want to make sure everybody knows that you're like a killer fisherman, man. That's why you were on the show the first time, right? I went back and saw that you were.
Yeah.
Tell us about the what's going on out there with the. Can't you talk to the
Well,
fish while you're out there and tell them to
you
stop
can
eating the
sing
turtles?
To 'em and well, actually, the tarpon do probably eat little turtles.
Yeah.
They eat anything that'll fit in their mouth. You know,
Gotcha.
they're non-stoppable, but it's still a little chilly. You know, the water, as you mentioned, water temperature's been a little cold.
Ooh.
The tarpon like to migrate up. You know, the magic temperature is about 74 degrees when they start really showing up in numbers. And we're already out looking for them, and a couple have been caught, some small ones, but so far we're still in holding, waiting for them to show up.
Now, when you do you run
And
a
it's catch and release.
Yeah, absolutely.
do you run a fishing
guide service?
what is
No.
it that what is it that
It's the Fort Myers Beach Tarpon Hunters Club.
Oh, that's right.
Yep,
That's right.
Founded
Awesome.
here on the beach
That's
back
right.
in 1962. It's the oldest and first Tarpon Hunters Club, and it's a gem on the island.
And the biggest tarpon you've ever caught, I asked you this on the first show that you were on.
Personally, 150 pounds.
150 pounds. And it
yeah.
took you how long to pull that sucker in?
about 25 minutes.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it was on heavier
What
gear.
pound? What line
That was
do you
on,
have?
that was probably on 50-pound test and 80-pound leader. And
So you gotta have good forearm
gotta have
size.
jacks. Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta be buff.
her
Are
arms would
you-
break in half with a 150 pound
No,
tarpon.
Well-
when we went fishing in the Keys, they put you in that.
Again,
I
I-
promised
with the
him, but last year
seatbelt.
wasn't
I
a
know,
good year.
I know.
Why?
I know.
So
What happened last year?
the China virus.
Oh, okay. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I did.
I love it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Jennfer didn't like that too much.
Well.
You're going to get yelled at next committee meeting. So when do you think you'll be going out for the first escuela?
We
fish?
Actually, when I see them, I'm a lot of guys hunt up in Pine Island. Actually, early in the season, they go up the river where they show their little heads early. I'm a little lazier. I kind of wait for them to come off the beach a little bit later in the spring. So it'll be a little bit, but we do have organized hunts already where we all go out and try to find them. And
You hunt. You make it sound like you got a bow and arrow in the boat
well,
with
you
you
have
there
to look for them. You just can't sit and wait for them. You have to go out and find them
on the fish finder. You're not just looking down in the water with binoculars.
daisy chaining, things like that.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that
Daisy
means.
Yeah.
You don't know.
So on to the final. Oh, how do people join the club?
Actually, they just come to our meetings first Wednesday of every month at Bonita Bill's Community Center, and we had
What
our
time?
tackle and clinic 7 p.m. sharp.
And it's $50.
Yeah, we've already signed up 16 new members this year, so it's been
Nice.
a banner year so far. And there's always room for more.
And it's $50 for the year or something like that.
$40
$40
for
for
an
the-
individual, 50 for a family. Yep.
And 70 for
you.
for the wife here.
For the
That's right.
uninitiated.
That's right. She gets
Now,
a freebie.
one more thing before you go is we were watching this whole thing with the window tinting. There's an
Mhm.
ordinance coming up, I think, that the council that I tried to cover. It did get somewhat
First
confusing
reading,
to me.
yeah, it was. I have to admit, it was because it's all about the language, Ed. So we've had a turtle ordinance, a new turtle ordinance that follows the FWC model ordinance. You know, these legislative bodies just typically build a model to help municipalities so they don't have to build things from the ground up. That was adopted back in February of last year. And so the Marine Resource Task Force brought it to our council and reviewed sort of the language and got feedback as to, is it working? What was lacking, what shouldn't be in there, what should be in there. And so there's really some language cleanup, essentially. On your website, in your article, you talked about it really focused toward new construction, and it really isn't. It's been in there for the last year. There's nothing new for new construction. Any kind of new construction needs turtle glass on their windows. However, rehabs weren't covered.
Okay.
So that's some of the language that if you're actually putting in new windows, you need to have that also in turtle glass, or if you're remodeling. But also the definition of new construction was questionable. I think Councilman Allers,
Yeah.
watching out for everybody's best interests, said this needs to be tightened up a little bit. What
Yeah.
new construction means, meaning if somebody's getting landscaping, they don't have to replace all the windows in their house. So anybody that's out there already is grandfathered. It's not a requirement for everybody to run out and change their windows, but as new moving forward, as there's new construction and new remodeling, then you try to bring those properties into conformance.
And this has not. It doesn't matter where it is, right? You could have a place that's not on the beach. You still have to have these new windows.
The
correct?
glass. No, that's really more or less if you are in direct line of the beach.
Okay.
Right. So if you're way back on the bay, then no, it's really not required.
Right.
Although if you have lighting, that can't reach the beach.
then you.
If you're on the bay and you have lighting that reaches the beach, that's
Right.
That's a flamethrower. Yeah, you got that right. You're gonna have some neighbors that aren't going to be happy.
That's
Yeah.
like
I'll
an
tell ya.
airplane. Here
That's
you go.
right. That's right.
You're lighting up Estero Boulevard
Yeah.
at no cost to the taxpayer.
Yeah, and I think a lot of your questions that you covered actually were on the agenda summary. They weren't in the ordinance. So there's that green sheet
Yes,
that they
you're right.
introduced it to, and all that language, was not in the ordinance. That was the attempt to describe it. And frankly, I didn't think it was, exactly spot on.
Why didn't they ask you to describe it, being that you're the committee that is really responsible for it?
Well,
Right?
I guess that's more of an administrative task. The staff
Okay.
is responsible for that chore.
So the next reading is going to be when, so that people know?
I don't know. I suppose the next
In April, I think.
council
Yeah.
meeting. Yeah.
All right. So if anyone's rehabbing or building, you should know about that ordinance because you need to have the right windows
That's
in,
correct.
or
Yeah.
you'll need to replace them.
And the other big focus is interior lighting. And so with this Blue Rich white LED lights, they're putting light bars inside. If you leave your drapes open or your sliders open, that just is intense light, and that comes out and really reaches the beach. So it's actually everywhere it's at exterior, they add it and interior.
When
that's really
is turtle season? From when to when?
May 1st.
May 1st to October.
Okay.
But
The challenge on the beach too is that you have so many people coming through, and the hotels and the vacation rental people know that they need to get the people to do it. But sometimes someone would be like, let me open the blinds, and then they leave them
Exactly,
open
right,
that night. And they don't know.
Right.
Or
People
they're-
have to
they
understand that
forget,
this tinting is not a panacea. You don't get, if you do that, it's not like you get a free ride because the light can still get to the beach. If you leave the sliders open, again, it comes out. But it's going to help, especially I think in rentals and where people are turning over. If those are closed, it's really going to cut down. I mean, basically, it only allows 15% of the interior light out past the windows.
And really, it comes back to why we're doing this pop-up adventure. This environmental pop-up adventure is to, help visitors understand these issues.
Look at
on
the way she
island.
brought that right back with
Right.
perfect.
You know why? Because when we know better, we do better. And
That's
if you're
right.
visiting this island, you want to know better
Right.
and do better.
So the fact is that if you're sitting outside on the pink shell second floor during turtle season, you better have your lights off, right?
That or your unless they're long wavelength shielded
Okay.
amber lights.
So confusing sometimes. I mean,
Well,
the
but
best
I
thing
know,
is
but-
just sitting there in the dark.
Those LED
I like
lights,
the
like
dark
the
edge.
cars that have the LED headlights.
you do.
Spent
That's
my life in it.
brutal.
It's brutal. That's not, so much. And I mean, it is an issue, but it's not so much an issue because cars are, in movement. It's the
No, but
home-
when you're driving and they're coming at you.
Oh, they're blinding
They're
now.
terrible.
Blinding.
Yeah.
White
They're
LED
terrible.
Yes.
headlights are blinding. The glare
Yes, they
is
go
horrible.
past you. Your
Have you ever seen the
pupils this
pictures on Burnt Store Road in
constricted.
Cape Coral?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there we
my
go.
goodness. It's a whole
Isn't
debacle
that,
out
I mean,
there.
the night's not meant to be lit like the day. That's the
No.
point, right? I mean, you need that
light
rhythm.
pollution.
It's
Light
light pollution,
pollution.
absolutely.
Silly,
Light
I got
trespass,
a silly question for you.
Just
Oh,
one
It was
silly
a
thing.
it was a
questions.
record turtle season of
It was.
hatchlings last year. What does that mean in terms of numbers? Take a guess. How many turtle hatchlings you think there were?
Oh, I actually have the numbers, but I don't recall them. Actually,
Numbers?
last year we
Yeah.
had a record number of nests, but the number of hatchlings was only 58%. Because there was a bunch of washovers. That tropical storm Ada
yeah.
That's
washed
right.
over and took out at least I'm trying to remember how many, maybe 15 nests.
So what are we talking? 10,000, 50,000? I mean, that actually try and make it to the water.
What is that number? 130 nests by typically on average 100
100
nests.
Right.
So that's what 130,000.
hatchlings.
So out of
And we were
100,
at 58%. So it was,
so let's just, for argument's sake, say 50,000.
yeah, let's say that.
How many of the 50,000 actually make it to the water and live to grow to be I don't even know.
1 in 1,000.
One in
So
a
divide
thousand.
if you can
So
divide
50,
through.
so 50 turtles out of that hole. So
Exactly.
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're
That's
so
why they're protected.
I get it now. I totally get it. You totally filled me in, Jennfer Rusk.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
bubbly personality.
Thank
You.
Yeah.
So 50 turtles grow to be what size? How big?
It depends on
Loggerheads.
the kind of turtle.
I mean, give me a
Loggerhead
rough
can be
idea.
Loggerheads,
about
250
250.
pounds. Yeah, 250, 300 pounds. Leatherbacks, which we had one on Sanibel last year for the first time on the Gulf Coast there. A big leatherback. They get up to 600 pounds, I think.
And
right?
how long?
How about the green turtles?
We had one green 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
They're all-
yeah.
they're all-
Super
they're all different.
exciting.
They're all different.
They're all different. Yeah.
All those little turtles that come out looking the
That
same
little
grow up to be all
that little
different.
Kemp's Ridley, the one that you see all the time. They don't.
They're so
They
cute.
don't nest here, but they feed here,
Mhm.
and they're the most endangered in the entire world. These
Of
little
course,
Kemp's
Steve. We
Ridley.
all know that. I mean, come
Just-
on, stick to the facts, please.
Okay.
So, how long do they live?
A long time.
Long time, 50,
Yeah.
70 years maybe, right?
Mhm.
Throw it out there.
Wow.
I'd say maybe
And
50, 70
how
years.
do they now, when they're in the water and they grow bigger? This is. I know people are gonna
Bigger
think I'm
and bigger.
stupid. I know this is gonna be
No,
stupid.
no,
Then where do
no
they go?
question
That
is
they-
stupid.
When do they come back out of the water and you see them crossing the
So
street?
well, we hope they don't cross the street.
Well, the males will never come back on land. Ed.
Right.
You know,
No
it's only
kidding.
the females.
Females that come back on land to nest.
That's
and they
very
mature
peculiar.
25 years
Every
old.
So how are
25 to
the
30
men?
years.
How are the men getting loving out there
They're doing some loving. I've
Yeah.
seen it out there. Yeah,
Right
I
now,
see some
as
commotion
we
out there as we speak.
With
They're
the
getting
other
rid-
turtles?
Loving going on.
Whatever.
How far
You know, it
away
depends on what kind of
do
men
the
they are.
turtles go?
Oh,
Like-
they can travel hundreds of miles.
I'm ignoring you.
I didn't
Hundreds
say
and
it.
hundreds of miles.
Hundreds of miles.
Yes,
No way.
yes.
Those
Yes.
little turtles, it must take them decades to get
Oh,
that
well, they
far.
have enough energy to swim out to the Gulf Stream.
Yeah.
You know,
And then they hitch a ride.
not
They-
the Gulf-
yes,
and then
they
they
catch
hitch
a
a ride
ride.
back out to the sea grasses, and they live as babies up in the.
They
in
should
the-
put a GoPro on at least one. I mean,
I
come on,
they
that would be
have
cool.
to.
Yes,
GoPro,
yeah.
They
but
do
there
tag
is,
them, right?
yeah,
Yes.
there's a few actually
What?
right
They're
now
tagged,
being
yeah.
followed.
Yeah, but you can't follow it.
There's a
There should be a
website you
turtle
can
cam.
actually-
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
so, too.
they got this bird
think
cam that they
that
do, the
fly-
eagle
Proxy
nest.
it right to their shell.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Like
God,
they do with
no.
the,
Just one
well, with the
turtle,
satellite
Jennfer.
tags. That's
Oh.
what they do.
Jennifer, it's just one turtle. I mean, 70,000 of them die because they
Why don't
go
you
the
go
wrong
out there
way.
and swim with them?
Why?
Because
Are
You know,
you
I
a
don't like the
diver?
water. I
Are you
hate
a
the water.
diver?
I'm not
Oh,
going
no,
anywhere
he
near the
can't even
water.
swim.
He's a fraidy
No,
cat.
he's-
Like,
yeah,
yeah, if
no,
I ever
he's a
told you to
chicken.
try
Well,
out
that's
the
why you're so
triathlon story.
inquisitive
Ooh.
about it. Yeah, I see that. That's
All right.
Amazing.
Anything else you want to talk about? We will
Wow.
see you at the Lovers Key Resort on April the 2nd.
Resort?
Resort.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's
the
actually
state
a
park.
state park.
I call it a resort.
Is
If you
it
call
in
it
the
a state
state park
park,
or out
it
in
feels
the
resortish to
open
me.
lot?
It's a state park, so we'll be kicking this off April 2nd through the 4th at Lovers Key
State
Mermaid
Park.
State Park
Yes.
Mermaid Festival.
The second most visited state
And
park in
with
the state of
all
Florida.
the
Yes, it is. Good
conversation-
point.
Thank you.
Yeah, with all the
Give myself
conversation
a bell
on
for
sea
that.
turtle conversation, come out in the mornings and come see our resource at Ask a Question.
Well,
Yeah.
we could have you on the whole hour, Bubbly.
I would love to be
Yeah,
on.
you can do it.
I'm
Thank
actually
you.
not great. I'm very nervous. when
You're
it
lying
comes-
right now.
Really?
You didn't seem nervous at
You've
all.
warmed up,
Yeah.
sweetie.
Yeah.
I will
You
say
had
that.
prepared script.
That's right.
You
The
could've
Ryans
done it
have
without
warmed
it.
you up.
could've done it
You
without it.
think?
Oh yeah.
Very
Okay,
nice.
I-
Ladies and gentlemen, Jennfer
It
and
was
Steve
fine.
from
I'm
the
just
Marine Resources
Resource
Task
Task
Force. When's your
Force.
next meeting so we can
Woohoo.
watch you on the YouTube?
No, you don't only
It's the
have
second
to.
Wednesday of
Second
every month.
Wednesday.
Yeah, and actually, we'd love
3
some
p.m.
participation and come
Yeah.
and speak. We have a designated time slot
public comment.
public comments, and come and tell us what you think
Yeah.
about
How
that.
freaked out would you all be if you actually got public comment at the Marine Resources
wouldn't be
We've
Task
had it
Force?
a few
Yeah,
times,
we've
but
had-
it's,
in
it's
how many
usually a
years?
ghost town in there. Exactly, I'm
Things
telling
are
you.
changing. The
Excellent.
island is changing.
Nice.
We're getting more feedback than ever.
You should do
Yeah.
undercover pop-up box. Oh, never mind.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. You
Don't
could
get
start
him
at the
started.
Sunset
I
Grill.
like it.
I mean,
I'm intrigued.
Right.
okay. All right, everybody. How about a big artificial round of applause
Woo!
for
All
Jennfer
right.
and
That's
Steve?
That's why I bring those groupies.
Thank you. And don't forget to check out the Tarpon Hunters Club where they shoot bullets into the water. So I'm just kidding.
That is not true.
$40.
Put that stuff
$40.
out.
You read the ad, dear. $40. Thanks again to Steve and Jennfer. And remember, we're going to be hanging out with them on August the 2nd or no,
Through
what?
the 4th.
What?
April.
I got the A's mixed up. I got Australia right, but I got August and April wrong.
That's right.
All right.
And hopefully throughout the year.
That's right,
Perfect.
throughout the year. We'll keep
Thank
you
you
up to
for
date on
everything
where
you do.
they're popping up next. Again, a big thanks to Steve and Jennfer, and they're going to have another Bloody Mary, I think.
Absolutely.
50% off, by the way, for you guys. All right, thank you so much for coming in. Dare, you're going to hop out there and get on camera B. And Popeye is coming up next. Not Pop Up. Popeye is coming up next, and he's going to tell us about... Hold on, I shut the camera off. He's going to talk about his brand new business, and that is Steve Johnson and Jennfer Rusk making their way back to the bar for their Bloody Mary. And now let me turn it over to my trusty sidekick.
All right, you know what I'm here to do. Talk about Fort Myers Tiki Tours. Go on, give them a call at 239-887-0042. You can rent your tiki boat for up to 6 people. You bring your food if you want to bring some food. You bring your drink. They supply the captain and the cooler and ice. It's a 90-minute tour. It's a nice quiet ride through the bay. You're going to get lots of attention because you're on this amazingly cute little tiki boat. Everyone will be taking your picture. It's great to go out and do when you're on vacation, but for local residents, anytime you have a celebration, whether it be a birthday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, an anniversary, anything. You can go out there, take a ride. He really needs to redo this. I know. All boats are properly disinfected before every trip. They have sunset cruises, which are a little bit more. Prices do not include sales tax. He's got prices down here for 4 people, $119.99, 6, $179.99. But I think individual price is around $40. Please let them know you heard it here.
Yeah.
Fort
Very
Myers,
nice.
TikiTours.com.
Very nice, dear. You are hired to read commercials on this here very radio station.
That's it.
WBTR Radio on your Facebook dial and your
Look
YouTube
at
channel.
This.
And we're also on the Twitter, and we're on the Instagram, which we hardly ever use. And right now, we're back at Pete's Timeout, our favorite place in the whole
We're
world,
back. Where did we go?
with Mr. Yellow. Look at Popeye, everybody. How about a
Wow.
big artificial round of applause for Popeye?
Good. It's kind of a yellowish green, though.
Very
it's giving
bright.
out a little bit of a hue. That is a great color.
The color is called Safety Yellow,
Safety
Safety
Yellow.
Yellow.
what I
Great.
wanted for being visible on the bicycle.
Holy radio voice.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's been
So-
on before.
Right. When was the last time you were on?
Oh my goodness! Probably. Well, it would have been probably about 2 years ago for Popeye Palooza.
Yeah.
Right. Which you were holding at the time at the beach bar?
Used to be at the beach bar. Yeah, COVID-19 has shut us down. Some people, a majority of council people, with their archaic thoughts and rules on it. You know,
What do you mean by that?
well, we weren't allowed to have the large events. But,
Yeah.
I can promise you that Popeye Palooza will be coming back. Hopefully later this year, bigger and stronger than ever.
Any idea where you might hold it, or are you kind of waiting to see?
I'm flirting with a couple of locations, and we will be relocating bigger, better for the people, for the kids.
Well, I mean, yeah, tell everybody.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell
Well,
us.
of course, Popeye Palooza is the annual beach fundraiser for youth sports on Fort Myers Beach. We benefit the Fort Myers Beach Soccer Club and the Fort Myers Beach Little League, which also includes the girls softball and t-ball leagues.
Mhm.
We raise money for the kids. In our 10-year history, we've raised a little over $40,000 for youth
Nice.
sports on Fort Myers Beach.
And Kathy Young says hello to you. And by the way,
Hi,
speaking
Kathy.
of the Little League, Charlie Whitehead will be on next week to talk a little bit about the Little League and also some other stuff. So
Great.
I'm sure you know Charlie.
Great friend and neighbor of mine over on Main Street. We have a
Ah.
wonderful community over there.
Excellent. And what was I going to say? Jeff?
I don't know, but how would you like to talk about what you're here today to talk about? Because I see this amazing thing out
Oh, there it
there.
is.
So tell us
Ah.
about it.
I would like to introduce to Southwest Florida Bike Billboards, the eco-friendly, economical business solution to mobile advertising.
Bike billboards. Okay.
Bike Billboards.
How did you come up with this idea?
Well, there's a lot of my friends and wonderful family here on Fort Myers Beach know I've been suffering a condition with my feet. We're going to get to the bottom of it very soon now that I've got insurance, thanks to Florida Blue.
Yep.
Possibly vascular, possibly nerve-related, but I have a deteriorating condition in my feet. I kind of walk like a penguin without my cane
No
nowadays.
I didn't
But-
know that. I did not know you had something
Yeah, and,
going on down there.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. I refuse to act my age, but my body doesn't. I'm wondering if maybe I might be related to the Ford family. You know, my warranties run out, my parts are going, and I want my inheritance.
Did you practice these jokes before you came on today, or you just we're the first one you're trying them on?
I got a strange brain. You know?
Yeah.
So your feet are hurting, and you decide to do.
Well, I walk, like I said, without the cane, I walk like a penguin. But put two wheels underneath me, I glide like an eagle. And my wonderful friend and charity mentor and now business mentor, Mike Von Plinsky, gave me a flyer not too long ago depicting this mobile bike billboards. And I thought he was showing me a job opportunity. I said, oh, no, this is a real opportunity right here.
Now I'm showing everybody on the screen here what it looks like. There is the billboard that you're standing next to, which is actually out here in Times Square now.
I have it right here in Times Square. I've got one banner on one side, one banner on the other. You advertise two businesses at once. Right now, of course, since I'm promoting my business, I've got my own banner on.
Of course.
And so did you build the frame, or did you buy that frame? Or
here's an interesting story, because it's really cool. I just met a couple who know the fellow. Now, I researched when he brought this to me back in July. Mike brought the concept to me. I started doing my homework. I started doing research on this because I thought this is something I can do.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's great fit for you.
I've got terrible feet, but I've got steel belted radials for legs, and I just proved to myself this morning I can get that trailer up over that bridge without having to take a break.
Wow!
And so I started looking into them, and I found this rig from upstate New York.
Where?
I can't remember the name of the town now. It's between Rochester and
Binghamton
and
Albany, Syracuse.
In between Rochester and Syracuse.
Okay.
And I met a fellow from Syracuse a couple weeks ago. I was riding out by the Sanibel outlets, and he said, "Oh, I saw these up in New York. I was going to get ready to start this business. The guy builds them." I said, "You know the guy that I bought him from then." This fellow, he started a few years ago, about 5-6 years ago, I think it was, building these trailers for himself to promote businesses, advertise business. He saw the banners behind cars. He was a bit of a metalsmith, I guess, or I don't know what you call him.
Welder?
He's an engineer.
So this is a franchise.
Well, no.
Okay.
He started building them for himself. His business boomed. He's thriving up there. He doesn't ride. He hires riders.
In the cold weather?
He builds the trailer. I'm sure they've got seasonal up there.
Okay.
But he now builds the trailers and sells them.
Nice.
I bought 2 units off him.
How much did you pay for them?
Well, let's thank that second round of COVID stimulus of $600.
Oh, don't worry. There's more coming. The government just keeps printing money. So how much did they cost you?
Each trailer costs a little bit under $300.
Oh, not bad. So the bike is yours.
The bike's mine. That's my Trek bicycle out there. I'm promoting them because I'm kind of kissing their butt to get a contract on them.
Yeah.
What do you mean? To get more bikes? Are you going to try and expand this whole thing here?
I'm signing anybody who will sign a contract to advertise with me. I'm flirting with the regional manager of Trek Bicycles of Florida.
You're doing a lot of flirting.
I do.
So then they, if somebody were interested, so they would get a billboard. How big is that space?
That banner inside the frame is 5.5 feet by 3.5 feet, 5.5 feet tall. The whole trailer itself, I've got honestly goodness clearance of 6 feet 8 inches up there on top of that thing.
And so who designs the canvas?
I asked the merchants if they have a graphic designer, give me your design, or if you need help, I do my own graphic designs too, so I can help them. Okay,
so either they can provide their own banner that fits, or you'll make it for them and charge them more.
Yep.
Absolutely. So how long are you riding around for one particular client? What are your rates and all that?
I ride for 6 days a week, 2 3-hour shifts a day.
Okay.
1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, after rush hour, before rush hour.
And where are you riding?
I've got 4 routes right now, covering pretty much all of South Fort Myers Beach, and Iona. I've got Route 1 on Fort Myers Beach. I'll ride my central hub is my shop is the mini storage, the Cube Smart mini storage behind Marty's Restaurant on San Carlos Boulevard. And Route 1, I ride down here to Fort Myers Beach and back. It's about a 7-mile one-way trip to get about halfway through a 7-hour trip because we're non-offensive. We go slow. I don't want speed racer. I want the ice cream man. I want people to be able to see the band.
So you're in the road, not on the sidewalk.
We are going to be in the bicycle lanes. The trailer fits perfectly inside of a bicycle lane or on sidewalks or bicycle paths.
Okay.
We are non-offensive. We yield to everybody. Like I said, I don't want speed racer. I want the ice cream man out there.
Right. So you're charging somebody how much for the shift?
Well, yeah, the contracts for the advertisers are 3, 6, and 12-month contracts.
Okay.
They'll pay by the month. My rates are comparable to a quarter-page newspaper ad or a 15-second radio ad for 4 weeks.
Which is how much? I have no idea what those cost.
Around $500 a month.
$500 a month. And how many clients do you have so far? I know you just started.
Four on board so far. I had a few more. We had a misunderstanding. I'm saying a miscommunication with my banner printer. All is forgiven. A few people got a little disillusioned, asked for their money back, but it is what it is, you know.
Right.
And business starting up, you're going to have to work out the bugs.
So
and I believe I have.
It's just you right now, but you
it's me.
Plan to expand and get other riders and other trailers.
I've structured the business for 2 things. Number 1, growth.
Yeah.
The more contracts I sign, the more bikes and trailers I can put on the road.
Right.
And number 2, I'm dedicated to paying my riders. Once I'm got enough contracts, I'm hiring riders. I've got two units right now, and as soon as I get, I'll run 12 contracts per unit.
Yeah, you did the whole business plan and wrote it all out and the whole.
All based on the research and homework I've done over a 6-month time period.
How much money would you like to make this year?
How much money would I like to make this year?
As much as you can.
As much as I can.
Why don't you ever let anyone answer that question for me?
She pretty much said what I was going to say.
Yeah. What's a good year for you?
A good year for me would be twice what I made cooking in a kitchen.
Yeah. What did you make cooking in a kitchen?
If you're on talk, take home around $25,000 a year.
All right.
That's how struggling the industry is. You know, the guys in the back of the house, they do a lot of work for a little bit of money.
Yeah. So how do people find out about how to get their stuff on your banner there?
Well, we got a couple ways. You can call me directly. I got my phone number at 239-645-2402. That's 239-645-2402. I've seen enough commercials. I know how to do that.
That's right.
And you have a website with everything?
I do not have a website set up yet, but I do have an email account. It's at Popeye@bikebillboards.biz. We are a .biz, not a .com. Okay. I do have the domain on Bike Billboards. There is a website coming very soon.
Okay, in development.
Yeah.
So how long have you lived down here? You've been here for a couple
I've been
years.
in Southwest Florida now for over 20 years.
Yeah. And you're not riding down on this street yet during the busy season, are you? Because it's a mess down here.
My only riding on the beach right now is going to be done in the mornings because absolutely I'm so concerned with traffic and with safety. Safety first. Safety first with the bikes. I am insuring all trailers and rigs, liability insurance, and body cams. I've got my first body cam on order.
Wow.
For myself for riding. I want that.
You think it'll fit on a turtle?
Might fit on a turtle.
Okay.
You never know.
I'll have to check out your camera next time I see you.
As soon as I get the camera, I'm going to be posting videos like you won't believe.
Nice. That's the way to do it. Get on the Facebook.
And Bike Billboards does have its own Facebook page. So
yeah.
Come check us out. And we ask everybody, hey, you see Bike Billboards out on the road? Take a picture, take a video, share it on our page.
But don't honk your horn at them because you don't honk horns at bike riders. It scares the crap out of them.
There's a difference between and
no,
beep, beep.
Never beep your horn at a bike rider.
Well, I've got my little honk a horn on the bike too.
Oh,
so I want to let people know I'm coming up behind them. I'll pull over, let pedestrians go by me. My number one rule is I yield to everybody. We yield to everybody.
I just think it's such a great idea.
It is.
It's unique. And
look at all those people out there. They're just waiting. Look, there's a line out there looking at your thing.
Yeah.
So,
and
awesome.
like I said, compare this with the, quarter-page newspaper ad or a 15-second radio ad.
Nobody reads the newspaper
Everybody's ignoring those things.
Right.
You
can't ignore that.
Well, the other
You're changing the radio station or looking at the next article in the newspaper. I'm turning heads.
Targeted. Because it's people that are already at the beach and on the way to the beach. So it's really super targeted advertising. That would be, I think, for the business. You're going to, you put a radio ad on or newspaper ad. Yeah, sure. It's going out to a bunch of people, but a bunch of people who don't care. Whereas you've got 100% of people who care coming down here.
And while it's going to be great for Fort Myers Beach businesses, I got a great quote on that from a friend. It's going to be so much more. I'm looking for dealerships. Distributors, lawyers, hospitals, colleges. You advertise, I want to put your banner out on the road.
You know what you should do? When you get your first lawyer, you should pretend like you fell off the bike and just lay there on the ground with the lawyer's advertisement right there. By the way, do you wear a helmet?
I do not wear a helmet, but I believe I believe in let those who ride decide. Bicycle or
No. If there's one law that I'm going to try and push through, it's
It's
bikers
never
should
gonna
wear
happen.
helmets.
That's
Well, if
never
they make
gonna
it a law,
happen.
I will wear a helmet, but until then, I will not.
Well, because you got such nice hair. I mean, why should you cover that up?
Well, this it's a really hard head. I've broken pavement before, so.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want the people out there, the 9 people that are watching today, to know about what you do and how hard you're working? I mean, your legs are going to be like freaking tree trunks after the first 6 months out there.
Well, like I said, they're already steel belted radios. And by the way, it's 12 people. I saw 3 of my friends out there
thank you.
watching
Told them
while I
to
was
tune
watching
in.
the
Very
other
nice.
segment. So
Appreciate that.
we've got a few more people out there today. I want to let you know, you like the T-shirt? I've got T-shirts available. Kim, can you hold this? I'm going to.
Kim, hold the mic for him.
Yeah.
He's going to hold up these bright light T-shirts there. Very
Safety
nice.
Yellow is the name of the color.
Very nice.
I've got Cool Fit shirts in long and short sleeve.
Oh, look at that.
$20
That's a
for
great
cute.
idea
That's
right
cute.
there.
$20 for short sleeve, $25 for long sleeve. Ed, that's
Oh,
for you.
is it a medium or a small? I like them smaller.
Well,
it's a large.
They say large.
Did they
but
shrink?
They fit like an extra large. Kim,
All
one
right.
for you.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I wear a
Thank
large.
you.
I'm a 42 regular, and this is their medium shirt on me.
Okay.
This is my favorite color to wear when I'm running.
Next time I see you, I'll buy you a helmet.
He's not going to wear it.
You get one of those army helmets. It makes you look, like, what is that guy?
Oh, no,
what is that guy
you
doing?
better get Marine Corps colors for me, brother.
There you go.
Got to be Marine Corps. Semper
All
Fi.
right.
That's
All right,
right.
everybody. Popeye
Red
is here, and we
red and
appreciate
yellow.
you coming on. Anything we can do to help out. You know what? How about if we run a month of free advertising for you on our website? Would that be cool?
I would really love that. That would
All
be
right,
fantastic.
we'll work it out. I'll have my people call you. She'll call you,
That's
and
right.
we'll work it out. No, we'd love to help you out. All right,
That's
everybody.
great. I appreciate
A
that.
big round of applause for Popeye. Anything you want to add before you go?
Ladies and gentlemen, Bike Billboards of Southwest Florida is here to advertise for you the eco-friendly economical business solutions. Thank you.
And a big artificial round of applause for Popeye as he heads on back on his bike. And we thank him very much. And dear, you're going to grab Scott and change the mic.
right.
And I'm going to read everybody about one of our favorite sponsors. Of course, they're all our favorite sponsors. Beach Pottery. You're all stuck in traffic down on whatever that road is down there, McGregor or San Carlos Boulevard. Oh, here it says it right here, San Carlos Boulevard. They're on the right-hand side, right after you pass the convenience store and that big giant putt-putt place. And they've got thousands and thousands and thousands of pots indoors and outdoors. And they have Vietnam pots, because if you don't have a pot in your house from Vietnam, then you're not being spied on. So grab a pot from Vietnam. Alana purchases them directly from the manufacturers, so they have the best pricing in town and the best selection. Over an acre of pots and furniture and artwork, and a guy out in the back who sizzles up the pots with his chainsaw and makes really nice things out there from the trees that they ship in somewhere. I remember they were telling us that they shipped in the trees, right? They brought in the trees from somewhere else. They're not just out in the backyard cutting down trees and making ornaments out of them. Over 8,000 pots.
Ornaments.
Yeah,
It's like statues.
I thought he could do like Christmas tree ornaments. Can he make them that small?
No. It's
All right.
big, like manatees.
Yeah, that's
and
right. Manatees
pelicans
and pelotons and things like that.
not pelotons.
All right, everybody, welcome back for like the 5th or 6th time. Scott Allan is here. Scott, great to have you back, man.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me back.
And Scott owns, I'm going to let you say it right, but the Man Caves.
Yeah, I'm the developer of Island Storage Suites. We are condominium oversized garages that people around the community purchase to store their toys. And it's a sold out community for the past 6 months. And we have an amazing spread over there with guys that like to show off their toys. And we're right here on Pine Ridge Road. And it's been really exciting progress over the last 2 years for us.
I think oversized garage is kind of an underestimate there.
We've been in them.
mean, these are like luxury garages, and people decorate them up pretty well.
Yeah, they it's an extension of their houses. Most of our clientele actually comes from Minnesota, Michigan, the Midwest, from guys that have barns up in their primary residences up north. And when they move to Florida, we don't have space. So they need an extension off their house, a bigger garage to store their car collections and toys and wood shop areas, and it's been really functional for them.
Before we get to the big event, do you mind me asking, you got COVID?
Yes, I did back in right before Thanksgiving.
And you're young, like you're
42 years old.
And surprisingly, it took you down.
It did. I was in the ICU for 5 days as a pretty healthy guy.
It's amazing that it hits people in different ways. Like I never would have expected I mean, I'm just saying, you're in great shape. You're younger than most people who get sick and die from it. And it just what do you think? Did they explain to you why you got hit so hard with it?
3 doctors over at Lee Memorial and my personal doctor is baffled by why it hit me so hard. They said it's probably something we'll learn more about over the next 3 years as the disease evolves. But it did hit me differently. I've even got the blood type that is, said to resist COVID, which is O positive, and all the factors that you would think that.
So you didn't, I mean, not to share any of your medical information, but you didn't have any pre-existing.
None, 0. I've lab work done every year for the past 7 years, and I'm in relatively really good health.
It's crazy. So when you were starting to come out of it, what was the whole experience like? I mean, is it slow getting better, or
Are you
like
fully better now?
Yeah.
What?
So I was in ICU for 5 days, and they put me on the remdesivir treatment. That was a 5-day treatment that I started the day I went to the ER. It took 3 days for it to kick in, but when it did kick in, I knew I was going to be okay at that point. But after I got out of the hospital on the 6th day, it was literally 2 weeks until I fell back to 100%. In fact, I was in the mountains of North Carolina hiking 2 weeks after COVID, and with double pneumonia, that's a pretty rapid recovery.
Yeah, you did have a rapid recovery.
So now do they say, being that you had it, you're immune to it? Like, did they tell you flat out you can't get it again?
They told me that I have the antibodies for several months, and I don't know if that's 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Nobody knows, but I'm going to go for my antibodies test next week and see what happens with that. It's been almost 5 months. So,
and do you plan on getting the vaccine?
Not at the moment. No, I'm going to let everybody else get it. And when it comes down to my age group, I'll think about it at that point. But
it's if anybody keels over from it too.
Yeah. We'll let other people be the guinea pigs.
Yeah. So did you feel sick at the beginning and you were like, holy crap, I can't get my taste is gone. My smell is gone. Was it all that stuff?
For the first 7 days was actually, I felt that I expected to feel if I got COVID. It was very low level symptoms. I just had a very low level fever. Fatigue for the first 7 days, and on the 8th day, when my doctor said I was going to probably come out of it, I ended up in the ICU with.
It was quick, though.
Very, very quick.
Wow.
I woke up with 105-degree fever and a 64% oxygen depletion. So it was rough. But on the 8th day, I got it the worst. Yeah. So for 7 days, it was just mild symptoms.
And did your wife get it?
She did. That's who I got it from.
So does she know where she got it? I mean, not that it's a big deal.
She does.
So they were able to go.
Down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think if you were both wearing masks 24/7 would have made a difference?
So she got it from work, and they have a mask mandate at work. So full time, even at almost your desk, to wear a mask. So it obviously spreads from different areas, like touching things in the bathroom, with your hands. But
crazy,
whether the mask mitigates it or not, she does have a mask mandate at work and still ended up getting it.
Crazy. So you have this event coming up next Saturday, which is why we wanted to have you on. Tell us about the event. You finally, 1 year off, right? You weren't able to have it last year, or did you?
Yeah, no, our last big party was November 2019, which was phenomenal. Wow. And we had almost 300 people at the party. It was a really great event. We do those big parties for charity. We raised almost $20,000 for Captains for Clean Water that night.
Oh, cool.
So we do get a lot of involved in community charity. So obviously in 2020, COVID did not permit us to have a big party. But this year, because it is open air setting, we feel more comfortable with having that party. And we're going to name the beneficiary of our charity at the event. Right now, our guest list is over 200 people. And we are opening up the invite to the beach and trying to get a few more people to participate so we can raise some money for a charity. And the charity that we're doing this year, because they're not local, and I wanted to share that information, is with Letters from Jet, which is our band that always plays for us, at a snap of a finger. If we need, a venue, they come down from Nashville and Arkansas. Letters from Jet is a recording artist. They signed a contract in January 2020. COVID hit and canceled their entire year. So they went from being broke to almost superstars to back to being broke. And in the interim of that year of COVID, the lead guitarist, Trace Foster, who has a big history in the rock and roll industry, came down with cancer, depleted his savings. The lead singer, Keith Moulton, his wife came down with brain cancer. Jeez. And we are trying to help out the band, who has had some really rough patches, who are very good friends of ours and very good friends of people at the Man Cave community because they have played several times over there. So our beneficiary this year is for Letters from Jet, very good friends of ours in the community here.
So if somebody wanted to go, where would they go online to check it out and register and all that?
On Facebook, you can go to Island Storage Suites, and you can track down our Facebook page, and you can go to the comments section and let us know how many are in your party that would like to attend. It's going to be $50, and that's going to be all-inclusive per ticket. That's going to be a rock and roll band, a 3-hour set of great Southern rock music. We're gonna have Pop's Barbecue from local Iona McGregor community, along with Cajun Gringos, a food truck that has a Southern flair to it. We're gonna have open bar, beer, shot girls, and people walking around with a cigar rolling station also to boot. So it's gonna be a phenomenal party with some of these garage doors open to show off people's man caves and toys. And by the way, we also have a couple she sheds to show off too. So
that's for women, dear, in case you didn't know that.
Thank you. And these sheds, garages come with. You can put a bathroom in there. You can.
It's crazy. You can eat off the floor. You can eat off the floor. Yeah, yours has a second floor with an office and a bar and the whole thing, right?
Yes, you could do a lot of things with the man caves. Put mezzanines and bathrooms and full bars and kitchenettes. They are the ultimate man cave or she shed experience for sure. You have to see it to believe it.
Very nice.
Do you have pictures on the Facebook page?
Oh yeah, on the Facebook page you can see plenty of great pictures, and I think when you see the pictures, you're going to want to come to the party and check it out for yourself.
And it's if you look at the Facebook page, you could also see aerial pictures of the party or something that looked like a party with everybody out. The garages, the man caves face each other. So everybody will be in the middle and like a long lane hanging out and partying there, right?
We have a massive parking lot. It's 75 feet wide by over almost 1,000 feet long of man caves. And the parking lot is going to be cleared out for the band and all the drink stations and everything. So it's going to be almost a full acre of parking lot to party in.
And that's next Saturday. At what time is it start again?
Next Saturday at 6:30 Saturday night, and our address is 10950 Old South Way.
Yeah, we've been there a couple of times.
Yeah, you have.
It's really cool. And
what's the most elaborate thing somebody's done in there?
Oh man, the most elaborate thing, I think we've got a safari from Africa over the years that guys have brought in their trophy animals from and mounted them all over the walls, and some really neat artwork to go with it.
Were they alive?
They used to be alive.
Oh, okay, not anymore.
But we have some really significant build outs that guys really put a lot of detail into.
Yeah.
But the mezzanines and the theaters and the music facilities is really something nice.
And you are expanding, aren't you?
Yes, I'm building 15,000 square feet more on the Pine Ridge frontage piece that we have, which is already sold out. And I just signed a contract to build the twin brother of Island Storage Suites over by the Gulf Coast Town Center on Alico Road.
Oh, no kidding.
Coming in about 6 months.
Very nice. I never thought there'd be a demand for something like that, but apparently there is.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't.
We've sold most of them before we were even completed with them.
That's a nice way to have a business, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Hope it lasts.
So we hope to see you. We'll see you out there for sure next Saturday. And again, give everybody the website and everywhere where they can find you. And can they pay in advance, or you just want to bring it when they come down?
We're going to have a gatekeeper. So at the gate, when you come in, you're going to be able to pay there and register your name. And if you don't get the RSVP in time, you can still come in. Just make sure you register, and we'll be all set there. But Island Storage Suites on Facebook. And check us out, and you don't want to miss this party.
And the name of the band again is?
Letters from Jet.
And they're from where?
They're from Nashville and Arkansas.
Oh, okay, cool.
A great Southern Bach flair to them.
All right, we hope to see you out there, everybody, next Saturday starting at 6:30, and it really is a ton of fun. You're going to be impressed if you come down and take a tour of all the man caves and the she caves.
She
sheds. Thanks for coming on the last notice, Scott. We appreciate it.
Really appreciate
Scott,
it.
Allan, everybody.
We're so grateful that you've made a full recovery.
Yes, that was crazy reading about that. Yeah. And that your wife did too. She's
sitting right here. She had it. That's where I got it from.
Crazy. It's just crazy. You just never know.
Share. It's only fair.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
so
Scott
much.
Allan, everybody. And before we get to our final segment, I want to make sure I tell you about somebody that you want to have in your back pocket if you're going to hang out outside, especially on cold nights like last night. You want to have the all-natural insect spray called Don't Itch It, because that's a great name for an insect spray. You can go to don'titchit.com, islandoilsllc.com, and order yourself a little bucket of it now, or a spray or a roll-on. Or, it would be nice if they had candles. Maybe they do have candles. I just hadn't checked lately. Candles They have a really cool looking bottle, nice design, and it smells perfumey. Because the
It
last
doesn't smell perfumey.
you're not gonna.
It's the essential oils that are in there.
Well,
that
somebody's
give it
not going to
its-
come up to you and say, "Did you just spray bug spray on
No,
you?"
no,
They're going
it
to say,
does-
"Ooh,
right, no.
ooh, you sound." You see, Anita said something to me when we were at the fashion show there. She said, "Oh, you smell good." I said, "Hey, Island Oils. I spray it on myself every day when I go outside." And she said, "Can you spray some on me?" No, she didn't say that. Don'titchit.com, Island Oils LLC. Get on there right now and make a purchase, and tell them we sent you there. And you know what? They're made here. They're not made in Vietnam or Russia or China where you can catch a virus. They're made right here on Fort Myers Beach, and they're local, and it's DEET free. And because you don't want DEETs.
No, you don't want DEET.
DEETs is
It's not
good.
It's not a plural thing.
All right. So we have a couple quick stories to tell you before you go off into your fun Saturday and do whatever you do. By the way, the beach is packed today. It's a great crowd here. It's so crowded at Pete's Time Out that John Lalo got out of bed and decided he was going to do a little work today. It's nice to see him sweat a little every once in a while instead of sitting on his back deck.
Congratulations to his
Son Tristan. I don't know if they played his grandson
I
Tristan.
was going to say
If they
what?
played last night, but they played the night before and they won. I think the score was 6-1, and that's hockey.
It was 5-1.
5-1. That's hockey, dear. They play that on the ice with
Thank you.
Okay, with 5 skaters and a goalie. And so what were we talking about? Oh, so folks, check this out. So we had some people over last week, and my sister came over last week at our house Saturday, and she comes in the house and she's been trying to get my truck off me like for free. She just wants something to drive around in.
She doesn't want it for free. She made you a solid offer.
And so she says to me, your sticker says 2019. And I'm
Yeah.
like, stop joking. You're kidding around. I mean, my registration sticker says 2019. I thought, well, I got to the beach early on Saturday and I cleaned the truck. I washed the truck and I brushed it and I did the super foam thing. And then I sprayed it. You know how you get the foam on first and then
so
you get the
thought
water
the
on second.
sticker fell
And
off.
so I thought the last 2 stickers fell off. So, you don't want to get pulled over and not have the proper credentials when the popo pulls you over for whatever. And stuff happens. So I went online and said, I need to get a replacement sticker. And as it turned out.
Wait a minute.
You
asked
inject
me.
some. Yeah.
You asked me to go online because
Well,
the
you were off all
vehicle
week.
that you drive is in my name.
Right. You're the registrar of the truck.
I had to put all my information in, and lo and behold, nope, you never did it.
So the truck has not been registered since 2019.
It's registered now.
And it makes no sense to me because I am the most organized person that you have ever met in your life. And when things come in the mail, I put them on the side and I write the check.
And
I
the
put the
stack is like
stamp
9 feet tall.
and I put the stamp in the envelope, and the 2 days before it's due, I mail it out. And there's no way I didn't mail it, because if it didn't get mailed, where is it? How come it's not sitting underneath the desk somewhere? How come it's not, where is it? I think what happened was the state lost it. The county
let's
lost
blame it on them.
And
No,
I think there's 2 things. There's
No.
2 lessons to be learned from this story, dear. And the
2?
first is I'm a fabulous driver, because in all of that time, knock on wood, I've never been pulled over.
Well, you've been very lucky.
I hadn't been pulled over once in almost 2
You
years.
could have been pulled over just for that.
I know. The second thing is that's the dumbest way to come up with a way to register a vehicle. Like, no police officer is going to get that close to a vehicle. By the way, the
It
color
entirely has happened to me.
But the color that I have now is the same color as 2019. So now the police officer has to think fast on his feet. What's the color supposed to be this year? I don't remember what the color is.
they need to look at the number. Yours said 19, not 21.
How close do you have to get to see a number on a vehicle?
It's a pretty
This
big thing. No, it's pretty
come
big.
on.
And
They're
I
tiny.
have gotten pulled over for that.
You
and
got pulled over for it.
Yeah.
For that sticker.
I had a state trooper so close at a red light.
Not for speeding.
No. Not well, as we have already, someone has already,
Oh, that's right.
clearly established. But so I would like to say that I went to the downtown tax collector's office.
Before you say that, you went to Lehigh first.
Yeah, and the line was
Okay.
super long, and there was no place to park.
All right. So here's the thing that's confusing to me. We can go through these toll booths and never have to stop, and you can go to a grocery store and never have to worry about the lady going too slow over the scanner, because you can scan your groceries yourself at Walmart now, John, in case you didn't know that, and all these different technologies. But for some reason, you go to the Department of Motor Vehicles or whatever it's called, the tax collector, and the line's 3 miles long. And then you get up to the lady, and she's got this computer that looks like it's got microfiche on it. It's so old, and you got to put your eyes on this thing to look at the numbers and the letters from the 50s.
All right.
And fungi on it.
It's enough. It's enough. First of all, it's not like that at all. I went to the downtown building, the Darth Vader building that it looks like. They had it streamlined, how you checked in, how you got your number. They have a express lane for people who are registering their vehicles. And so it was, now I will say other people were having to wait 3 hours, but my experience was I was able to go through the express lane. I was in and out of there in 15, 20 minutes. They were so helpful and so nice. There's a sheriff deputy there, I'm sure, because people get upset and different things. But they do a lot down there. They're doing, I'm not even going to get everything, but they're doing driver's license. They're doing registrations for boats, for cars, for motorcycles.
I'm not saying they're not.
They're printing out people's taxes. They're doing a lot of stuff.
There's got to be a way where
they
you can
have 20 some odd windows. I mean,
I'm
what
not
more do
saying-
you want them to do?
I'm saying there's got to be a way that stuff can be done online. There's got to be a way.
Because listen, you have to provide your identification.
You could do that online.
Okay, and then your identity gets stolen.
It's stolen.
You can't,
Everybody knows everybody's shit as
No.
it is. Are you kidding me? Come on.
you need to go down. There's a lot of stuff you can do online.
Right.
By the way, folks, they do have a little kiosk down there where, like, if ours hadn't been so far out of date, I could have gone to the kiosk, beep, 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 done, and it would have printed out the
there's a great idea.
registration. So they have a lot of
But
options.
The
for
Lehigh
that.
thing is just, it's a madhouse out there.
Lehigh was tough. I mean, I would have gone there, but the line was out the door, which whatever, but there was no place to park. And
Yeah.
I was not going to
It
park
just doesn't seem like,
illegally.
in this case, government is a little inefficient. I know that's a
No,
rare
I'm
thing.
telling you
but-
that the downtown,
Right.
I can't say enough about Lee County tax collectors. Thank you so much.
And if they said to me, the reason we're not doing it is because we don't want people to lose their jobs, then I would say leave it alone. If that's the reason, if that's the only reason, because I don't want people to lose their jobs over that. But anyway, so we have the proper sticker on now, and you could just tell people are like, when we say, I can't believe it was a total mistake, it was a total accident. They're thinking, yeah, sure, right, you just didn't want to pay. It's like, why wouldn't you want to pay for your registration? That's not anything you want to mess with. I don't ever want to be pulled over.
Some people might put their car in a garage for a long time, so they don't register it. But I mean, we had it insured all that time.
Stacy is right. If we didn't wait that long,
Yeah,
as
you can
said.
do a lot of stuff online, but
Alrighty.
you can't wait so long.
That was a fun experience yesterday. And speaking of that, before
What was a fun experience?
watching you go to the DMV
okay,
while I was
okay. Let's
taking a
be
nap.
clear. I took care of it.
It's in your name. So lastly, but not leastly, your mom was here and you took her out to see the rich people out in Sanibel. What else did you went to Key West and hung out
We went
on
to
Duval
Key West.
Street?
We went to the Colusa Nature Center, which is on the corner of Ortiz or Ortez, however you want to say it, and Colonial. Please go out there and visit them. They need a redo. They need a benefactor at that place to do some upgrades that they need. We went out to Crow and Brian, and there was an intern, Haley, who was so helpful and so informative. They have a great place, but right now you can't go into the hospital. So because of COVID and everything, but they're always, they have a big information and education center there, and a nice, they have really cute things in their gift shop. We came down here for St. Patrick's Day and visited all of the places and had a good time down here. What else did we do? We did a lot of stuff. We packed a lot into a few days. We went to Coruscant State Park.
Excellent. Well, it's nice she had a good time. And
Yes, she had a great time.
I cried and cried and cried when she left. It was hard to see her go. So Anything else before we go? Or are we good to go?
No, I think we're good to go.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And don't forget, the auction for the Community Foundation is taking place until 2 o'clock. So get on there and help out the Community Foundation.
You didn't talk about renting Sanibel carts either.
And they did win last night. Okay, so Tristan's team won again last night. So they're 2-0 so far in the playoffs. Hey, John's yelling at us about they play at 3:50 today.
and
that'll be
Sanibel
on
carts.
Sanibel Carts. We thank them too. And thank all our sponsors, especially John here at Pete's Timeout. And don't forget, the newsletter will come out Tuesday and Friday. Subscribe to the newsletter. Tell your friends and family. And when you come to the beach, make sure you always visit our sponsors first.
And you'll have that story that I found for you in the newsletter.
That's right.
Coming.
That's right. We'll be having that. It'll be exclusive on Monday. A news breaking story on Monday. Tuesday. Sorry. I'm going to be biking home today, everybody. So please don't run me over.
You're going to wear the shirt, right?
That's a great idea. Very bright shirt.
All right,
everybody. Thank you so much. You're all great Americans, and you all have yourself a
super fantastic day.
What Ron's asking about the magistrate. We don't have any time, do we? Nah. We always have another show, Ron. Yeah, the magistrate. Yeah, that was fun. But we got to go. I got to get on the bike. Bye, everybody.